Hey, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another stream. How are we doing, legends? I salute you. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. There we go. I'll give you another little salute. There we go. I salute you. Thank you for joining my stream. We got Bobby, first one to type into the chat in capitals as well. I'm about to walk into the most abundant, balanced, wealthy, and successful period of my life. I naturally attract good. You're giving yourself some good, some good vibes. I give myself permission to prosper. As the market crash sent you doolally, mate. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I hope that's true, mate, and I really hope it comes true. But I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is down, not as down as much as it was. We have had obviously a pushback to the upside within the past hour or so after Trump came out and basically dissed the whole China tariff narrative. We'll have a look at that as well, which gave a really nice reaction. We did actually have a bullish hammer come in here as well. on the 1 hour. That's something I was looking at. Not in a position myself, but I was observing that bullish hammer, and yeah, we got a nice push back to the upside. But all in all, the watch list is a bit of a mixture, to be fair. There are some things in the green, like Zen, Zek, Borgy. Borg is slightly in the green. ENA is nearly 6% up. Most things are red. Most things aren't as red as they was. It was a massive bloodbath when we were down towards here, and obviously down here as well. So things have recovered quite slightly. If you look at, just the average altcoin, you can see everything's had a nice little push back to the upside after Bitcoin's move. But we do obviously remain under risk that, Bitcoin continues its this downtrend. Unlocking his third eye. Well, that seems like it is. He's unlocking his prosperity, isn't he? Hello, Jeff. How are we doing? Great to see you. If that eye tells us up or down, I'm all for it. Well, that's it, mate, innit? That's it. Justin, how are we doing? Great to see you. Thanks for joining, mate. And yeah, of course, interesting day ahead. We do have US Open, of course, to come at us as well. If we actually have a look at the SPX itself, it's basically, eradicated all the downside move that we've had, obviously, in futures, starting from early this morning. That obviously started to get a bounce back, and then, the Trump announcement / whatever you want to call it, has obviously gave it a little fast track back to the upside. And that is, pushing back towards the upper section, and it's not, it's obviously not too far away as well from where the highs are. We was here yesterday towards 6,700. Obviously, the highs are towards 6,800 ish, just below. So we're not too far away. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, that will transpire into the Mag 7, which we'll look at later on. But overall, Bitcoin pushed back down. We've not filled the wick just yet, but of course, we've had a bit of turnaround in low time frame momentum. I'm not really too sure if it may fill the wick before we get to a decent bounce. Obviously, the wick comes down to here, but more importantly, of course, comes down into a big juicy round number being $100,000, a big psychological level. Of course, we found decent demand down here back in June, and then later on in June as well. So, once, twice, as you can see across there as well. If you want to pull this line across, anywhere that you want towards 100,000, it's found good demand down there from the time we've been testing it since May. As you can see along here, this kind of $100,000 to 102, 103k region, where we also bounced last Friday. Can you believe that's a week ago? Can't believe it. Can't believe that was a week ago. I slept through that as well. Completely through it. Missed it all. But yeah, that was a week ago already. Crazy times, crazy stuff. But yeah, do let me know who we've got in the chat on the stream. We want to get the likes going, and I've only got 7 so far. So there's 20 of you that are watching this that haven't liked. So take a second, scroll down, drop a like. There's now 18 of you that are watching that haven't liked. But yeah, take a second, scroll down, hit the like button. It does help the channel out massively. What have we got? Jeff saying, I finally opened a long hot in at the measured move of the hourly head and shoulders. I remember you mentioning that yesterday, Jeff. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that yesterday. Did you mention it on stream, or did you mention it in the Discord? I can't remember where you put it. I think you actually put it into the Discord, didn't you? About that head and shoulders you were looking at were down towards 104k, which actually, in terms of what you were looking to play out, played out perfectly, didn't it? Just below 104k. So yeah, it was a great suggestion that. Both. If I had the guts, I would have shorted it down there. But to be fair, I don't think many people would have been opening new shorts around the 109, 108k region. Maybe some people would have, yeah. Maybe some people would have, but I think most of the time, if you've not got in from the top, if you've not shorted from all the way up here, or obviously towards the all-time high or whatever, it's better to wait for the long opportunity in it, which obviously presented itself here, and it's great to know that you've got in. So I assume that you're nicely up from there now already, which is good. Always good when it works fast, isn't it? It's always good when it works fast. Gold has been falling off last few hours from up here. Obviously silver as well. I don't know what caused this last night. I don't know what caused this morning. Whether this was just a natural clear out, or there was some sort of trigger for this, I don't know. Woke up and saw that had happened, but we've rolled over a bit on gold. But altcoins, you look at Pump. Pump is only now down -1%. Pump's only -1% for the day. Obviously, there's others that are down much more, but everything's got a kind of similar pattern to it. Look at Asta, back down towards $1. Not too sure about Asta. Seems rather weak in the market, as you can see, compared to others. It's down -13% today. I think that might be the most on my whole watch list. And I have been taking a look at the Asta chart, and I've been thinking, obviously, you've got kind of guts and glory, haven't you, to just kind of bid it when it's down if you want to. But I am kind of interested in these kind of 3 regions below. So you have to zoom all the way out. This region, and then just basically just anywhere in here, if we can get there. Just anywhere within this 20% region, anywhere in there, I'd be interested in as well. We'll obviously probably have to have some Bitcoin further downside to catalyze and move down into here, but it would interest me nonetheless. So yeah, I'm keen to see what we get. I'm interested to know if you guys think that we've reached some sort of local bottom, or do you think we're just short squeezing and then maybe continue the downtrend? I'm very keen to see what the poll will be doing today. But yeah, Bitcoin has been pushing to the downside very nicely. And as you can see, Stonksy has been catching it lovely as well. So Wednesday, we opened this red background. And yeah, so far, so good from there. Catching all the move down nicely. Same for ETH as well. If you look at ETH, same for ETH. Catching it lovely. Of course, other ones as well. And the lower time frames have been great as too. Not just the 1 hour, but them 5-minute double confirmations that we look at often. I've been smashing it. Gold put on like 500 billion a day. It's basically at like 30 trillion now, isn't it? In and around 30 trillion. I'm not sure the exact figure of what it reached, but I know it's in and around 30 trillion. So obviously, just every 5% move is 1.5 billion from there up, innit? I'm like a pig in shit now. Called pretty much every low. You're loving it, I bet. I bet you're absolutely reveling in it, aren't you? Absolutely reveling in it, mate. Debut, how we doing? Great to see you. I keep reading that when gold stops going parabolic, it will roll into Bitcoin. Is that just hopium? I don't know. It depends, doesn't it? It depends. You could have the view, obviously, a definite portion of profits that people are just looking to trade gold and profit from it, may then look to rotate it into other areas. My main interest is what is the market anticipating and pricing in on gold for this, obviously, just parabolic move, because of if you zoom out to the weekly or the monthly, this is just absolute craziness in it, really, when you think about it. So my main thing I've been trying to think about this week is what is the market pricing in on gold for maybe that's going to come, within the next 6 to 12 months. Because obviously, as we know, markets are forward looking. They look ahead. They don't look backwards, and they don't look, obviously they look in the here and now, but mainly, obviously, the pricing in the future. So my main thing is to try and understand and maybe try and obviously position well for what is gold telling us and what is gold really obviously having this price action for, because the amount of money that has been poured into gold is not obviously just by accident, and it's in a very quick manner as well. You know, if we go back and have a look at the last time gold witnessed something like this was obviously this period, wasn't it? This was of it. You know, we had this run up here, but really the explosiveness was, you know, mainly this period here. So you can see, if we take, you know, the start from kind of mid 2000s to, you know, 2011 when it topped out, that kind of 6-year run up kind of matches this in terms of time and in terms of in terms of time and in terms of structure. So you can see, if we mark it out, let's mark it out into with a vertical line. So let's just say, you know, anywhere in and around kind of, you know, the mid 2000s, and then obviously we ended up topping out in 2011. Now, what did we have along the way? We had one leg along the way, then we had deep consolidation, and then we had the second leg. Now, I think it's obviously, you know, it's never going to be the same or whatever, but you can kind of see a similarity in these structures, can't you? Where you've got, let me just get rid of these arrows. I can't remember why these arrows are on here. And again, it just depends on which way you want to look at it, but you've obviously got one leg starting here. If you want, you know, if you want it to start from there, if you put it there. And then we've got this here. So you've got first run up, deep consolidation, final parabolic push maybe. I don't know. But there are definitely similarities, I think, when you look at the run up from the mid 2000s into 2011. And of course, what did we have in the middle of this? You know, we had the financial crisis in the middle of this here. Now, we had something not on that aspect, but obviously stocks and crypto did go through a big bear market during this phase. If you remember 2022, obviously the Fed raising interest rates, the stock market got absolutely hammered, crypto got hammered. But yeah, it's never going to be the same, because obviously we're looking at two different timelines, two different events. But yeah, my main thing is what is gold maybe pricing in at this point, and what is this price action maybe trying to tell us? Because that's all we can do, innit? Apart from that, you just stare at the screen aimlessly and think, when are we going to reach the top? Because obviously it just keeps going up and up and up. But if we try and dig, you know, what is maybe gold trying to tell us? But back to your original question, Bobby. You know, your original question was, will it roll into Bitcoin? I don't know. You'll have definitely arguments for and against. You'll definitely have arguments for and against. My main concern is obviously, are people buying gold because of economic uncertainty? You know, the stock market maybe getting overcooked, stuff like that. Because if that's the case, then Bitcoin isn't going to kind of do like a last standalone push. If obviously the stock market turns into bear territory and flips the high time frame trend from bull to bear, Bitcoin is risk off. It's a risk off asset. It doesn't trade like a risk on asset. If it traded like a risk on asset, it would trade like gold, silver, other metals. It would trade like that. It doesn't. It trades like a risk off asset. But again, it just depends on what perspective you look at. There's definitely probably a good portion of people that will look to roll gold profits. It's also a case of how high it goes. How high does it go from here? Will Trump tariff drop on Chinese push the market again? Don't know, to be honest. I mean, it's not really gonna do. I don't think it's gonna do much in a sense of what we've already had. because it's been and gone now, hasn't it? In the last hour, he come out and said, what did he say? Let's go and have a look. He come out and said, I'll tell you exactly what he said. They have a fair trade. We have to have a fair deal. We're going to do fine with China. What was the exact thing he said? I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. I mean, what is all this mixed signal? We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. We have to have a fair deal. The one that really got me, that made me laugh, was where was it? This really made me laugh. The prices of things are down, because just everyone started like quote tweeting it, just saying, yeah, I know, like crypto's just down majorly. Yeah, it made me laugh, that. But I don't think it's really going to spur anything, because the actual announcement last Friday, wasn't the trigger for that sell-off. It obviously triggered something in the S&P. You can go back to the S&P and look at the S&P from last Friday here. Obviously, it triggered something in the S&P. I think did it? I can't actually remember. I don't even know if the S&P was open. I don't know whether I can't remember whether he said it before or after the S&P closed. Maybe it was on the last candle or something. I don't know. It came like really late, didn't it? But that wasn't the reason that Bitcoin and alts blitzed. That was kind of an excuse for what happened. But the main reason for that was obviously a bit of naughtiness, in my opinion. A bit of naughtiness. What's going on, Stonksy? Yeah. I love the fact that he called me Stonksy. Like, I am Stonksy. Like, I've took on the full personality and the full identification of Stonksy. Afternoon. If Bitcoin goes 102k again, is that making a double bottom or a possible W pattern? I would just say none, really. I wouldn't really consider it a double bottom or a W pattern. It's definitely not a W, is it? It's definitely not a W, but I wouldn't consider it a double bottom either, because I don't really like to look at patterns like that. But you can see it's just basically, if it comes down into there, it's basically coming into demand, isn't it? There's a couple of key areas that you can decipher, I think, from this kind of point onwards, if you want to. And it's here, anywhere in and around here, because you can see obviously this is where we had consolidation. This is where we had big demand and support coming for the price as we consolidated for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. Also, there's a CME gap down at 92k if you like looking at them. So obviously, you're looking at these. This has to hold. If we come down here, this obviously has to hold above 100k. But you've just got just mark out your levels. So you've got, obviously, this is a key area where in and around where we're testing now. We don't have to come all the way down here. We are testing in and around, obviously, demand. You've then got in and around here, and then you've got in and around here. So they'd be like kind of my three areas to the downside, and then ultimately, apart from that, you've obviously then got this drop down towards 76, 74k. But we'd have to sink through all these to go there. But maybe if you're looking to the downside and you just want to look at what is possible, and remember, anything is possible. It's just how probable it is. That's a good thing to always remember. Is anything is possible. It's just the probability of things happening. So when you get, people saying like, "Oh, Bitcoin's never going to 90k again. Bitcoin's never going to 80k again." Of course it can. It's just what is the probability of that happening, and what obviously happens. What has to happen along the way. So just logically, we have this demand zone in and around here, you know, between like 100 and 103, whatever here. Obviously, to break through that, we just have to simply just break through. So if you're looking at, you know, if maybe you're looking at it and you think, right, I want to see maybe that CME gap close, or I want to come and test like 90Ks again, then obviously your signal for that is for just a clean break below 100K, and obviously momentum keeping motoring down. So then that would be that. And then, of course, you know, maybe you're thinking, right, I want to see, or maybe you're sitting there thinking, I want to buy in the 80Ks or whatever. Well, then obviously the road for that is clear, isn't it? You know, the road for that is clear. Firstly, you have to break this demand zone. You then have to come down to here. And then, of course, from there, we'd have to break that and coming down into here, which would obviously fill in this inefficiency there. And then if you're looking lower than that, it's the same thing. You just mark out your levels, and then you obviously just watch for, you know, green light, green light, green light for further downside levels. It works the same exactly for the upside as well. It's just obviously the probability of it happening. So it's the same for regardless. But, you know, it's at the end of the day, it is a possibility. It's just obviously the probability of it. But I just like to work level by level. So for now, obviously, we're coming down and testing demand. We may, you know, I don't know whether we're going to come down further and test it deeper. You know, we may come to 102. We may come to 101. We may come to 100. We may not do that. We may just bounce here. But then at that point, obviously, you're testing demand. And if momentum is still bearish and selling is too strong and we break below, then obviously eyes on the next level. And then from that point, I find it really hard to believe we get to here and don't see some significant bounce. I mean, to get all the way down here in just one straight line would be crazy. Need to change your name. I know, yeah. We're almost at the end of the 18-year cycle, going into the next year or so. What the bloody hell is the 18-year cycle? What is the 18-year cycle? Let's see. Well, to be fair, yeah, I suppose if you actually are measuring kind of the push up in equities and the push up in stocks, we are at that 15-year mark, aren't we? It's basically started 2010 and onwards, didn't it? That's basically when it started, was 2010 onwards. Obviously, the emergence of tech, the emergence of, you know, tech stocks going parabolic. So I suppose you are right. Yeah, we are. You would consider us at the point of 15 to 18, you know, 2010 to 2025. I suppose there's like basically 2 years left for maybe a big crash if you want. I've never heard of the 18-year cycle before. I've never heard of the 18. Let me get rid of them lines. Hang on. Let me get rid of these. But yeah, I don't think there's not really any point in overreacting or what have you. Just play it level to level. Stonksy trade to Stonksy trade, and you'll be fine. Currently, obviously, still red. Hey, Wizzo, how we doing? Wiz, I'll fire you over the link, mate, for whenever you want to. Oh, I didn't see that. There you go. I've dropped it in. For you. You reckon I should sell my gold or just keep it as a long-term hold? I got in at 1,800. I have no idea. I'm certainly not a financial advisor. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the thing that we don't know, the thing that no one knows is how high is gold going to go. That's the thing, innit? Just no one knows it. You know, it was probably around 4K when people thought that we may not go above 4K, and here we are, a third of the way between 4K and 5K already. So I really don't know. I can't give you an answer to that. I mean, really, I suppose you could say you've got to think, what's the probability of gold going back to your entry at 1,800? It's pretty. You'd say the probability is pretty low in it, because it would have to drop like 60%. So in some aspect, you may consider that your money in that is basically just well protected and well bolstered and very safe. I mean, what did we, obviously in the last macro trend up on gold, what was the eventual drop off in the price? Let's see. So your entry is down here. So you bought at 1,800. Let's just use that. So you are currently 137% up. That is great. Well done, mate. I'm guessing you used a nice amount there as well. So obviously, last time gold topped out, it went down 45%. So if in this scenario, just in the scenario that happened, gold would go back to, and this is obviously assuming that this is the top. It probably isn't. It might be. I have no idea. I'm not a gold expert. I'm not a gold expert. I don't pretend to be a gold expert. All I can look at is the chart. So a minus 45% drop from here, assuming obviously that this, if you were just working with that, this is the top, would take it to 2,400. And obviously this would take, this would be a multi-year thing, wouldn't it? At which point you would still be 30% up. So, yeah. And obviously that's not accounting for, say for instance, gold just carries on, just parabolic, and it goes past 5,000 something. At that point, the 45% drop then becomes 3,000. So then you are still, well up. It just depends, doesn't it? But, I mean, yeah, you would assume and you would like to think that your money is well safe in there in terms of not retracing all of them gains, but I really don't know. Hey, here he is.
Hello.
How are we doing?
I am very well, yeah. It's been a fun morning. Oh,
you've been loving it, haven't you?
Oh, a little bit of blood and the wizard comes out and works his magic. It has been fully fantastic. It's been a good day to. Oh, that is a juicy one as well.
Look at the S&P.
Palladium minus 4.7% today.
Woo. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
We just had coding then saying, do we think he should sell or keep it as a long-term hold? He got in his gold at 1,800.
Someone asked me about this the other day. I said, obviously I can't give advice.
No.
But ask yourself, what would you buy instead? What do you think will outperform gold? If you're selling gold to get dollars, I mean, do you really think your dollars will be particularly useful? What are you selling your gold for? Ask yourself that, and until you have like an idea of, I want to buy this because I think this has way more upside over X period than gold. Yeah. Then that's a sell. It's one of those. At the end of the day, the people that are buying gold at these prices aren't people who are going to sell gold. Like this is ultimately, you're looking at either a mass distribution event, which requires quite a big catalyst, or you're looking for the dollar to get stronger. Now, do I think the dollar is going to get stronger? Probably not. But yeah, I'd say ask yourself that. Like, ultimately, you can skim some nice profits off, and you can buy some stuff that you think is cheap. But I think US equities, I wouldn't classify it as cheap. Indices, the S&P, I wouldn't classify that as cheap either. Ask yourself what are you going to buy, and I think that would probably narrow down your list, because ultimately the list of things that could outperform gold is small, and the list of things that probably won't outperform gold is quite long. Like if you're going to sell your gold to buy a dog shit asset, it's not going to outperform gold.
Yeah. Also, it's fine to just take a little bit out and pay yourself and go and buy something nice. You know, you don't have to sell it all. You don't have to sell it all and rotate. If you're sitting on there about
2.5x, isn't it?
Almost a 2.5x. If you want to
sell
take
half and then it's a free trade.
Yeah, or if you just want to take a little bit out and go and buy yourself, you know, a Rolex, or treat yourself to something, or, you know, maybe take some out and maybe buy a holiday and go on a holiday you've always wanted to go on or something, that's fine as well. We don't always have to take money out and roll it into like other investments. I suppose, well, if you're buying a Rolex, that is an investment in it. You would obviously like to think that would keep its value as well or go up. But, you know, it's fine to just take a little bit out and pay yourself and reward yourself for that trade. So, you know, let's just say, for instance, I don't know exactly how much you put in coding, but let's just use an example of $10,000. You're sat at, let's just say for argument's sake, $25,000 now. You know, I think you was 140% up, weren't you? So $24,000. You know, if you want to take a couple of grand out and go and buy a watch or do whatever, you know, you shouldn't feel guilty about that because you've still got, you know, the large majority of your thing in there, yeah. It's just obviously, you know, would you take it out and go and buy some altcoins? If you want to retrace all your gains, then yeah. Howdy, Steve-O. Steve-O, have you got any more in the know? Steve-O came in yesterday and basically just nailed us to a post. He basically said Friday is going to be bad, and Friday has ended up bad.
I know. But we got a nice bounce.
We've got James Doe saying that hold your metals and silver. Gold and silver are just warming up. People have no idea how big metals are going to be. Macro silver target is $330 for James. And he seems to be a bit of anti putting them into crypto, which I suppose, depending on what side of the fence you sit on, is probably correct. Yeah, you know, you've got to be really careful with obviously what you're buying in crypto, haven't you? Because of how poorly altcoins have performed.
Yeah.
4,500 to 4,700 top, says Justin. I'm still sticking with 16,000. Do you remember that from the other week? little in the know from a TradFi guy, $16,000 for gold, which actually probably would line up with James Doe's silver target of 330, which is actually quite funny. So I don't know what your gold target for gold is, James, but please do let us know. Jalapeno, you spicy man, how we doing? Unless they start mining asteroids anytime soon, we should be okay. Yeah, I think we're more likely for asteroids to hit the Earth and split it and just kill us all, aren't we? I'm selling an asteroid. S&P bounced exactly what I said in CSE, says Justin. Gold standard coming back. Yeah. With my profits, I want to buy a Rolex for Dave and Wiz and then take them on holiday. Oh, well, hey, tell you what, I wouldn't say no. And you know what? I won't be picky either. You choose.
Yeah. What sort of holiday would be your preference, Dave?
You choose what would look nice on that ring. left arm, I would wear it on. You choose. There you go. I
would love to see Dave. Can you ski?
I have never tried.
I would love to see Stonksy go skiing.
The most experience I have with sports and snow would be just sledding. Just normal sledding, that would be it.
Oh, I would love to see you try and ski, Dave. It would be funny.
Steve-O's the man. When's it going to pump again, Steve-O? Is this Andy 88 from in the Discord? I got a feeling that this is Andy 88 from in the Discord. Debut Masters off to Butlins. He off for a Butlins weekender. Is that it? Is that it, Debut? He off for a Butlins weekender. Oh, you naughty man. You're going to be really pissed off, aren't you? SMFC loves skiing. Never tried it.
Oh, it is
Oh, it's
unreal.
Andy88. Yes, Andy. To be fair, I can now see why you called me Stonksy, because like my name obviously on the stream is Stonksy there. That was amazing that this morning. Honestly, I just couldn't stop laughing to myself that like obviously people have come into the stream and now like recognize me as Stonksy. Which is just so funny. I was proper laughing to myself like, oh, I've just took on this alter ego. But yeah, I mean, gold is a monster, absolute monster. $16,000. Hey, Wiz, what do you think the world looks like with gold at $16,000?
Oh, it would be.
What would the stock market look like?
Well, to be fair, actually, I saw a really interesting chart where it measured the S&P not in dollars but in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
That does sound quite interesting.
There's pretty much no gain on it.
Yeah, that is fast. Yeah, because if you actually think about it, so if you go on to gold and we look at maybe just what it's done in the past year. So what is a year away? So there is, let's just take the start of September. That's up 70%. What is the S&P up from last September? 17%. Wow, that's pretty stark, isn't it? The difference in that, and obviously that we're just going back from that point. Obviously, the S&P had a good run up from there, but so did gold. So say you take it back to the start of 2024, gold is up 111%. Start of 2024, the S&P is up 40%. Yeah, interesting. I've never thought about that.
There was a chart that showed them both together, but I don't think it's on TradingView.
Yeah. Stonksy's now gone into the green on the S&P after being in the red from on a downtrend. I always thought, and maybe this will become the norm, but I always had the interesting idea of like things being measured in Bitcoin. This was a couple of years ago. I tried to make like a script and stuff for TradingView to see like the price and the market caps and stuff relative to Bitcoin, but it may not be that. It may obviously be just like people just start pricing everything in gold. Like how much gold do you want to pay me for Stonksy? How much gold do you want to pay me? The thing is, gold is actually tradable on the blockchain, isn't it? With PaxG, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trade it on the blockchain with PaxG because the liquidity is trash. But what I would say, what I do for what's it called, for Swissborg, is when I keep stables in Swissborg, you can keep them in Tether Gold rather than in dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're ever keeping like a large amount of stables that you're waiting for a time to deploy, you can do that. So I've actually done all right. Like I keep my, like say on Swissborg, I keep my stables in gold. I wish I kept more of my stables in gold and less in crypto on there. But yeah, I mean, you should be able to do it on BLOFIN as well, can't you?
Tether Gold is
I can't remember the ticker.
It's
XAUT.
There it is. I was going to say, is that what's
yeah? Is that I wouldn't try and leverage trade it.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that what's tradable on BLOFIN? Because I didn't actually realize it was Tether Gold because I didn't really pay much attention to the.
I think there's PaxG as well, but yeah, the liquid. I was saying this to someone. The issue with that is the liquidity pool on it isn't deep, so you get these massive wicks. You'll see it on there if you did XAUT on BLOFIN and had a look. You'd probably see that it can get a bit wicky, certainly on the futures.
Let's see. Yeah, because
so if you're on futures there.
I've just filmed a video on this and filmed one yesterday.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. You can see like the size of
That's why I traded it for the video.
Yeah, because I saw the PaxG one, and PaxG just had like a stupid.
Yeah.
But,
This actually
yeah,
seems
it's a
alright,
good way to
doesn't it?
trade it.
I mean,
Yeah, that
maybe,
seems right.
maybe that's something that suddenly like emerges in crypto is Tether Gold. I mean, what is the market cap of it now? 1 billion. Let's see. Should we see how fast this is coming up now? If we go on to market cap. Yeah, so it's, as you can see, the trajectory of it is now picking up in it really fast. Like since the if you go from like the start of August, it's added a good 30% chunk.
Yeah.
It's added a good 30% chunk to it. So maybe maybe this is something that we see really picking up pace and approaching certainly a multi-billion-dollar market cap for that.
Kind of want
Wait
to
for
long
the first
something.
Yeah, imagine that. Bobby keeps his stables in Pepe. You love it, you love it. But what has been taking your attention today, Wiz? Anything specific, or have you just been observing the bloodbath?
Everything. It's been chaos. What have I been trading today? I've been trading gold. I've been trading palladium. I had a platinum trade. We did a forex trade. I've been doing some stock trading. I longed Tesla. Took some profits on a Robinhood short. Yeah, that Robinhood short was glorious. Like Stonksy called a blinder on there.
Let's take a look.
Like
Is it on what time?
It was on the. I think I was using the 3 minute. No, it might have been a bit higher, but it might have been the 5 minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 5 minute is obviously a favourite of the show. That's still in there as well. Oh, yeah, pre-market's nice and down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's moved up pre-market. So I'm hoping. To be fair, I'm quite comfortable. I've taken a lot out, but my first TP was 122. I was looking for it to close that gap.
Yeah,
as you can see down to the bottom of that big wick. But this is starting to look a little bit scary.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do have to wonder when things like this are now like overcut, because anyone who got in
$15 last year.
Yeah, but like, I mean, look at this. Yeah, I mean, $10. At the end of 2023, 2 years ago, it was $7. $7 to $8. You could have picked it up for $8. That's a solid like 17x or something, up to 150. Like, that is crazy.
Could you imagine if you had a brokerage or something that had the Stonksy bot that just operated on the daily, and you just had this that suddenly just bought you a big chunk back at $8?
Well, I actually follow someone that did this in real time. Not that, but I follow someone in real time that they went all in on Solana when it was, once it crashed to $8.
Yeah.
They went in that region when it traded. It went ages trading between like $10 and $20 for like 9 months. They went all in on Solana during that period, and then sold it, and then went all in on Robinhood at like $20 or maybe $30. I can't remember. It was like $20 or $30. So they went all in on Solana, profited off that, and then went all in on Robinhood at like $20, $30, and then obviously just rode up the mega uptrend.
I saw a guy who went all in, like for a year, just plowing every penny he had and all of his savings into a quantum stock called
I remember this.
QUBT. And I think he went all in at like 40 cents, and it is clearly well above 40 cents.
I remember about this. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Oh no, it's the other one. It's it's qubits, QUBTS, I think. Or Q. Oh, I'm gonna have to find the ticker of it.
But yeah, I mean,
here it is. QBTS. QBTS is the one that he went all in on.
D-Wave Quantum.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Keep zooming out. Like, that is a biblical
That's it's not even that long ago, is it? It's literally just a year ago. It was at $1, and now it's at 40. Like, it's not even that long of a time, and it's on a 40x. That is just crazy, isn't it? What I want to start doing is maybe start looking ahead. So obviously, you know, if you was in the idea that, you know, AI was eventually going to come to surface and stuff, you would have been buying up stocks like Nvidia and stuff, wouldn't you? That would have obviously, you know, done very well with the emergence of AI. Obviously, these people have probably looked at quantum computing and thought that would become an emerging.
Well, the other one, RGTI, is the other one that's done the stupid multiples.
Yeah. So then, you know, these people were looking at the emergence of quantum computing. I just got to try and get it in my mind of what could be next. Like, you know, what would be the next phase of like emergence that. But it's just hard to try and think of, isn't it?
Energy is one. So there'll be a massive rush for energy to power AI. We're obviously seeing it with precious metals. Metal companies are now in the, especially precious metal ones, they're now in the banana zone.
I wonder if there's, I don't know.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, I might have a
specific company that like does data and like servers and stuff that specializes in like putting data centers underwater and in the ocean or something.
I mean, you missed the good data center play I gave you.
What was that?
White fiber.
Yeah, I know. I fumbled that.
What was I going to say? Is Justin still here?
I don't know.
Because there's a stock that I might long.
Let's see.
Well.
Underwater data centers are niche but growing field. There you go. There's a few here.
Justin.
Subsea cloud.
Joby. I'm having a look at Joby. It's fallen back into a zone I like.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, you don't use Perplexity, do you, Dave?
They're not even listed. They're not listed. The only one that's listed is the Chinese one. No, I missed it, mate.
Well, the actual Perplexity platform is ridiculous. I saw Perplexity Finance are putting in a politician stock tracker.
Oh wow! Pelosi. Get the Pelosi tracker up. Is it gay? Is it over? In what respect? is the dump over, or is crypto as we know it over? What one are you referring to there, my good friend? It's a very, very broad statement.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's see. Right, let's get back to the stream anyway. Let's get back to the stream. If anyone does actually have any ideas on what maybe like the next emerging sector or whatever, let us know, because it's obviously interesting to explore. Because as we see, some things just do like
I think I think possibly, and I think you're seeing it move a little bit. I think the next frontier is physical AI, so like robotics and things. I think that's where we potentially see, because I don't know if you've been following any of the bank earnings this week, etc. But one of the real issues that I think certain companies are seeing now is their compensation bills going up. So whilst we say about the AI bubble and like how are people actually going to pay for it and where's the money coming from, I think people are now comparing it to that of the growing wage bill. And if say like a Microsoft can clear out 25% of their head count with AI, then their investment then is worth it.
Yeah. For sure. That is interesting. I can't remember what I can't even think of what I was going to say then. The 4-year alt season cycle, brother, is it over? I think it's over in a sense of like rising tides lift all boats to silly numbers, yeah. Like you won't just have like everything across the market do 20x. So in that instance, yeah, because obviously there is just absolute dog shit out there, isn't there? Like you have a rising tide lift all boats to a certain aspect. Maybe things would do like 50%, maybe 2x, whatever. But obviously the idea that we're going to get a 2021 style alt season where you could literally just touch anything and you wake up tomorrow and it's done 20x is just obviously, I think, out of the question. It's just about picking your winners and trying to pick the winners. I think more so now. In terms of the time frame, I really don't know. Obviously, if you stick into like previous cycles, obviously you would see the bull run done in Q4. Obviously, anything past that goes much longer than previous cycles. So maybe we are past that because of obviously the ETFs. We actually broke the 4-year cycle this time around because we hit all-time high before halving. So technically, the sign that the 4-year cycle may be broken was already ahead of us pre-halving because we hit all-time high. So there's multiple different things, yeah. But you will still have things do really well. You'll have things do 20x, 30x, maybe 50x. But obviously, the idea that you could just touch anything and turn it from water into wine is kind of definitely behind us.
If you want institutions to buy your bags, these are institutions that spend every single day making up valuations for things. And so the idea that these people will pay stupid valuations for your bags.
Yeah. Or even just people in the space as well.
Yeah.
Even just people in the space. People just either can't do that anymore because they're already fully allocated, or people will obviously look to just get out for whatever they can get out and not roll it back into something else. Is my opinion anyway. You may disagree, but I just can't believe that just any old dog shit will suddenly just 100x because the market is doing well. Drone delivery, yeah, maybe that's one. What is the name for buying silver as a crypto similar idea to Paxton gold?
It'll be XAGT, I think, isn't it?
Is the Tether silver? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe they don't even have one. I've never seen them post about it. No. So I don't think there is one. I don't think there is any sort of crypto on ramp to silver yet.
I know you can trade it on chain.
Yeah, obviously the first ones that will probably do it will be Tether. But yeah, what do you think Bitcoin will go up or down? I mean that is a question, isn't it? We have demand down here. So this is daily demand down here. So we're not that far away from it. So it's obviously not out of the question for us to go down here and test this, because this is, in this area, you could move it up a bit if you wanted. If you wanted to move that to 103k, you can, whatever. But in and around this area here is daily demand. So we could go down and test that. We may have just shorts get squoze from there on out. It's hard to just. I think it's at this point that we're at right now. I definitely wouldn't rule out a drop lower. I also wouldn't rule out a squeeze from in and around here. And then from there, obviously, you just use the key levels. If we break 100k and stay below, and start to obviously close below there on the daily and whatever, then you look for the next level lower. I'm trying to understand the Everything Code Dominoes by Raoul Pal and Julian Bittle. How in business cycle money rotates from asset class to asset class. Do you know about it? No, I'll be honest, I don't. I know that he is forever bullish. No, Raoul Pal. He's forever bull. So I don't know. I assume probably he's talking about just the idea that everything is on the blockchain and stuff again. I really don't know.
He loves it.
He does. You have Joby in your messages.
Yeah.
Joby.
I might short Tesla.
Kinesis Silver. KAG. Problem is, if I was looking to buy silver, I don't think I would buy just any old random project that promises that it's pegged to silver, unless it was issued by someone like Tether or maybe Circle look to get in the game or whatever. I just wouldn't go out and buy it because I just wouldn't trust it personally.
The thing is, you may as well just buy the underlying asset. I think the issue is, I think certainly in the UK, you're tax advantaged by buying metals because I think they're exempt to capital gains, and there's certain other taxes that they're exempted from. Yeah,
I know. Thingio was telling me, someone was. I can't remember who it was. Forgive me. I think it was maybe. I can't remember, but someone was saying that obviously, like if you go and buy gold, I'm guessing this applies to silver as well. You have to pay VAT on it unless you let them custody it for you.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't know if that's true or not, but they were telling me that they went into a shop and, like, they said, you can buy it, but you have to pay VAT unless we custody it for you. I don't know if that was maybe just a one-shot rule or what, but if anyone actually knows, then do let us know. I don't know if that's like a kind of, countrywide law or whatever. I've never actually gone in and bought gold. To be fair, I actually was with my dad when he went and bought some gold one time. That's probably worth a lot actually now. He went and bought must have been about $4,000 worth of gold in the form of a chain and in the form of a and that was just he must have spent about $3,000 or $4,000 on that, and that would have been back in 2021. So companies producing mercury.
Already on it.
Yeah, you love it, don't you? What are you thinking for things like Asta and that? Do you think that these are just going to completely return to a starting point? Or because I
think it's got some room to distribute, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at that and that is thin, innit?
Yeah.
That is just
that's got to be retested.
Just nothing there.
Thing is, if CZ is as bullish on this thing as he is, he'll want to own more of it and he'll want to shake some of the big holders out. Because there'll be a lot of people in this who will have bought it really cheap when it launched that won't have sold, that will have round tripped.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what time frame you look at it. Like, obviously, if you're looking on the 4 hour, you do just simply say, in here is the greatest gift. I know, obviously, if you scroll down to the 2 hour or 1 hour, because we just don't have much price action to go off from in here, this grey box is also an area, but I think, I think kind of agree with you. They probably want to wash everyone out, because what they want to do is people will just keep buying because it's a CZ-backed project and stuff like that. And then they'll eventually give up on it. And then what they'll do is they'll just obviously get it to a level that they want and then just full send it. You would think, anyway. Unless it just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping. But it's definitely, it's one of them scenarios of it's not impossible. How probable is it? But, another 30% drop towards 74 cents. You just wouldn't rule out, would you? At all? That's when people probably start to lose their minds over it and really start to capitulate. But yeah, that's Asta. No VAT on gold, but is on silver. Right, okay. Interesting. I wonder why that is.
Gold is it's there's really old English law on gold. Like, yeah, that thing. A lot of these laws in the UK around taxes on gold and things like that stem back to like the Middle Ages.
We just have everything old in the UK as well. Like, just nothing is up to date in terms of law, in terms of anything. Like, make sure if you haven't, you do drop a like on the stream. We got 39 people watching now, only 18 likes. So there's plenty of people that haven't liked that are watching. Please do scroll down, hit the like button. It does help out the stream massively. And yeah, what I'm going to do now, and what you can do if you want, Wes, up to you. I'm going to go to the toilet, as is the stream the stream routine. So yeah, don't go anywhere. Obviously, we've got US Open coming in in 25 minutes. So
you needed me to share my screen, or
yeah, if you stay in, yeah. If you stay in, you can share it if you want. Yeah, we've got US Open coming in 25 minutes. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new as well. There's probably a lot of people here that are new because we've got a lot of viewers at the moment. So make sure you subscribe, of course. Make sure you head over to Wiz's channel as well. You see his name in the bottom corner there, Wizard of Vault. Type that in on YouTube and also on X as well. I'll go and give him a follow on both. It's literally that easy, just type in his name. But yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. I've got to go to the toilet, and Wiz will take over for a sec.
Yeah, we'll have a look, see if Stonksy is long on anything. If there's any tickers, shout them out. Let's have a look. Gosh, that's a good shot, isn't it? It's an absolute sea of red still. Look at that on Asta. Tell you what, I don't know if Dave's already said it, but that was a hell of a shot. Stonksy on the 15. 20% move down. Same on Plasma. Cake. Orderly. Zcash. Mask. Arve. Oh, that is getting smashed. It's a beautiful short anarchy. I think 26k Bitcoin is probably a good place to long. Not sure how much of crypto will be alive at that place, but yeah. Lovely move down on ETH. Same with Bitcoin. Andrew Tate. Fucking hell. Oh, that is a lovely move. I love seeing this get absolutely battered.
Yeah, you do love it, don't you?
Yeah.
You love
Good shot
nothing.
on B&B yesterday.
XRP get fucked.
Yeah. Just having a look through and seeing what Stonksy caught and what it didn't. Tell you what. So the arrow, Dave, talk me through the red arrow. What does the red arrow signify?
A bearish confirmation on what it measures. So it's completely separate to the background indicator. It measures a different set of data, but it basically just comes in when its criteria is met. This is obviously for the bull side as well.
Oh, because that's a great short.
Yeah, and I think that the previous one that coming up before that as well looked like it. Yeah,
That
nice.
one there,
Yeah, MicroStrategy was one I was
there.
looking at this morning. Actually, this is getting pummeled, innit? If you go to the daily,
Yeah.
and obviously at what point? I mean, how do we measure the NAV? Like, how do we measure that?
Not sure, but I am
Yeah.
particularly interested in this zone.
Yeah. I mean, that is solid daily demand down there, and if it starts falling from there, then I don't know. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's like kind of what is the attraction of holding MSTR now? Because you could just go and obviously buy the ETFs, can't you? And it's basically just like if you want more volatility, but you know, maybe as soon as I don't think we have these, do we? Like leveraged Bitcoin ETFs.
No, you can't buy You can't buy crypto projects. Look at that up on Stonksy on the daily. $10 there. Trying to see if there's any nice short-term stuff on the 15-minute to take.
I am gonna have a look.
I'll tell you what is interesting, Dave. There's a lot of out of the money calls that have come in for CoreWeave.
Oh right, okay.
I could be persuaded to long this at some point. Maybe more as a day trade. I quite like, especially now it's pulled down to here.
Yeah.
I could potentially see a push back into here and a rejection out.
Yeah, definitely.
Potentially something
like
them
calls
down here.
Them calls that you've been monitoring have been working out really well so far, haven't they?
Yeah. Potentially see something like that. Yeah, I saw that. I said that's probably a long zone.
Well, guess what, Coding? There was a guy on that come up on my timeline before because someone quote retweeted him. Do you want me to throw mine back up, Liz?
Yeah.
That was calling for 2k. No, sorry, 3k Bitcoin. Is that? Oh, Andrew Tate's calling for 26k Bitcoin. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Jalapeno passed that his funded second account. Well done. I think I'm going to do that. I've never really took on a funded account before, but I am quite interested to do one. Yeah, I know obviously for crypto terms, you got Breakout, haven't you? Which, what's this? Mr. Beast just filed a trademark to offer crypto services through his new venture, Mr. Beast Financial. Christ. But yeah, Bitcoin's kind of rolling over a little bit again. What is your kind of gut instinct? What do you think we're going to get for the rest of today, Wiz?
Chop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and I think this will be the general market, is whilst we've had a pump, given what we've previously had under the Orange Man and last week, I'm not sure many institutions will be wanting to hold stuff over the weekend.
No, because anything could happen, couldn't it?
Exactly. So I think we see a gold rally towards the end of the day. I think the thing is that if people are in some nice green that they've ran up from the bottom, do you really, as well as, I don't like holding positions over weekends anyway, but there's also the thing of the volume drops off over the weekend, the mayhem begins to start, and do you really want to go about your weekend having to worry about market moves? Probably not. I tend to close most of my trades on a Friday afternoon anyway. I don't like trading on a Friday.
Like a true
TradFi
guy. Ain't it? Like a true TradFi guy.
You know, get your trading fund done on Friday morning in the London session. And then you can relax into the afternoon. US Friday sessions are usually very choppy anyway because you have all the options expire. I mean, institutions don't want to hold stuff. And you saw last weekend, like, if you're going to liquidate, you do it at the end of Friday. You do it either at the end of Friday or you do it on a Sunday night.
I mean, the thing is as well, we can literally just have him come out and say anything at any time, can't we?
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of been, obviously, since the tariffs earlier in the year, he's largely been quite quiet up until, obviously, last week.
Yeah.
He just loves it, doesn't he? Like, he loves it, and I love the fact that, like, I just love people calling him the Orange Man. It's just so funny.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, he could come out and say anything, couldn't he? Like, and this is obviously, the potential risk to the market is, and I would say that bounce isn't even that strong, or even like, I wouldn't even consider that good of a bounce, considering obviously they come out and basically removed the statement from last Friday, basically saying he doesn't expect the tariffs to go ahead in November. Like, I wouldn't say that is even that good of a bounce. What, a 2k bounce? I don't know about you, but I just think that's a bit underwhelming and basically shows that bear momentum is still very much in control of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because really what you want is obviously that to happen and the market to go back to risk on for Bitcoin. Obviously you want, a nice solid candle like it's had and then continuation to the upside. Unless it's just going to sit around and chop. Like, just chop, maybe.
Yeah, it's just going to pure chop. Like, there's no reason for it not to pure chop. Like, ultimately, you just basically have the market makers are just taking out the poor souls who are chasing liquidation losses. I don't know why we would have a big move before whilst the government shut down. Yeah. It's a nice time just to take. It's a scalper's market, which is why you need to just use Stonksy on the low time frames and just make your money in and out. And then, if you like crypto, buy more crypto with the money you do. But yeah, it's not a time to be getting wrecked.
Yeah, definitely.
Just make it fun. There's so much opportunity trading this market. Like,
I mean, let's go and
volatility.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at things actually on the daily. Like, let's go and see in perspective. So, ETH, we are obviously testing this area again. We've obviously got this area down here and then down towards 3k from there. So pretty easy, kind of level to level for ETH. Should it obviously not hold there. XRP. Yeah, this thing is. I mean, if you zoom out on that, the obviously demand down for XRP is down towards $2 in it and maybe a bit below.
Yeah.
And that's not even that far to go, really, for XRP. But, you look at it and just basically anywhere, in and around this area here is what we've got for XRP. Ultimately, you can see if I remove these arrows, it just fell out of the trading range it was in. If we remove these, you can see obviously it come up, found support here, obviously traded up here, but then really obviously set a trading range from mid-August onwards in here. Just obviously lost that support. So I would probably, if you're looking at it on the daily time frame, you would think this would drift back in towards the demand zone here, logically anyway. Same for Sol. Obviously currently testing daily demand. Again, upside is there, but again, if things fail, back in towards kind of 160 area. Yeah, everything's just and the thing that everyone needs to just obviously pay attention to is it's just on where Bitcoin's going to take the market next, because alts is still very weak against Bitcoin. It doesn't really matter what looks good now. Something could look really good, and then an hour later, if Bitcoin carries on falling, that whole trade idea could be eradicated. It's ultimately what is Bitcoin going to do? Is Bitcoin going to settle the market and obviously give alts room to breathe, or is it just going to keep obviously just making them nuke lower and lower and lower?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even want to imagine what would happen to some alts if we went down towards even here. I mean, even going down towards there, an 11% drop on Bitcoin, you could easily shave up to 50% off some alts during that, couldn't you?
Death.
You could easily shave 50% off alts during that, which is obviously why it makes this area so key. Makes this area really key. But yeah, if anyone wants to sign up to Stonksy, I've just threw the link into the chat as well. It is, of course, in the description, and you can get 20% off your first month with code BOT20. There you go. That's obviously on this plan here. But I will let you into a little secret for anyone that's new around here and obviously looking to sign up. Obviously, there is that offer to get 20% off your first month on this one. But if you are wanting to maybe join the lifetime or annual, we don't actually have any offers on these at the moment. They're just as you come because our offers expired. But I will let you into a little secret. Come and watch this video after here. This recent video that I put out today. Come and watch this, because that will have something in for you if you are looking to pick up our annual or lifetime plan. That is only available if you watch this video. So it's not being promoted anywhere or whatever. But if you are looking to pick up the lifetime or annual, come and watch this video, and there's a little something in there for you. And that's that. That is that. Why is Co-AI doing so well? Is that still doing well?
Yeah, it's being squeezed.
Where is it? Let's see. Where is it? I should still have it. Oh, yeah. Bloody hell. This thing is ridiculous, isn't it? I think, didn't this on the BitGet chart go to like $40?
Yeah. Yeah, it was nuts. Well, the issue you had on this is you had such a disparity between the spot and the perp price, which is why the funding rates just went nuts. Yeah.
Well, there was something dodgy about what happened with NYX and BitGet as well.
Yeah.
In that thing that I sent you over, like there was some sort of weird stuff going on with what that NYX team did with their tokens, and obviously involving the BitGet exchange, not BitGet themselves, not BitGet, the actual team or whatever, just obviously using the exchange to offload the tokens and stuff. But I mean, this thing is just ridiculous, isn't it? It makes me angry. It makes me really angry.
I know a couple of people who are long on it.
You are?
I know a couple of people who are long on that from like $4.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they've printed hard, haven't they?
Yeah, they've done. They'll be eating well.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I just wouldn't hold this. That's the problem. Like, if I got in at like, say, 40 cents or even like, $1 to $2, whatever, I just wouldn't hold this. Like, it would have got to like probably a 3, 4, 5x. And you know what I'm like with my custard hands? I would have just offloaded. Unless obviously I was buying down here under the assumption of, you know, some good info that this was just going to full send.
Someone gives you a tip off.
Yeah, unless it was going to do, like someone said, this is going to do an MYX, this hold, then obviously I would have maybe cut some and then held some or whatever. But there's no way that I'm holding that from the bottom to a 39x. No way.
No,
I just wouldn't do it. My custard hands. It's a good job I like custard, innit?
Do you still hold HIP-D, or are you out of that?
No. I sold that for literally like not even that much profit as well. Why? What's it doing?
I just had a look. It's beaten up, but I might be tempted.
It's off my watch list and everything. Let's see.
Is it?
$6. Yeah, I thought this one was annoying me because I remember stirring this directly in the face up here when it was on this ripper on the Friday and didn't sell it. My average entry was like, I think it was $11 or in the 10s somewhere, and I sold it for literally like not even that much profit at all.
So I quite like the chart.
Yeah, I remember up here it was great. I was in a really nice profit, but yeah, this I think this is a bit. I think the only issue with this is this was one of the main ways. Basically one of the very few main ways to get exposure to hyperliquid on the stock market. But
yeah,
obviously, I believe hasn't someone filed for a hyperliquid ETF or launching a hyperliquid ETF, which may obviously
I'm pretty sure that there was legislation, wasn't it, from the SEC that basically just lowers any of the barriers. You can just list them.
Yeah, but I think there was a condition in that with Coinbase. I think it had to be trading on Coinbase something for 6 months or whatever.
Maybe that's why Coinbase have now listed BNB.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's ask Grok. There is definitely, I'm sure that there's something to do with Coinbase. Futures. A core eligibility criteria for fast-track spot ETF listings is the Coinbase futures condition. So, it must have been on Coinbase futures contracts. Oh, no, so it's not just Coinbase, but a US regulated exchange. So there's not that many of them, is there?
No.
I don't even know what other ones fall into US regulation. Obviously, Kraken.
Yeah, maybe. we went through them this morning. So it's Kraken, Gemini, Galaxy, and Coinbase are the only 4 US headquartered ones. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so they have to be trading on there for 6 months on futures. Now, at the moment, it says there's, as of September, the middle of September anyway, there was only 12 to 15 coins that met it. So maybe Hyperliquid obviously isn't one of them yet, I imagine. Yeah, maybe that is why they've listed BNB.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Am I going to get filled, Dave, is the question. On a Coinbase, not a Coinbase, a CoreWeave long.
Let's see.
I have put in an offer for CoreWeave at 138.5. Ooh, I will get filled.
You should get filled in 3 minutes.
Looking on that for a reversal up to 147. Don't take that as a signal. It could go down.
This
is starting to roll over. I meant to message you this morning.
Yeah.
Do you have ETFs of this?
Is there?
There's an ETF. Yeah, there's a short ETF.
I haven't bought any, no, but if it gets a push back up, I will. Because Problem is, I mean, really, obviously, you can kind of see around here, can't you? There's obviously some form of SR there, but yeah, I'd love a push back up here for the chance to short this. This is one where, yeah, I mean, the risk reward on that is great, isn't it? Have you?
Yeah.
Have you shorted any?
No, I've been meaning to get some ETFs for it because that thing, once it begins to distribute, will be.
I mean, I don't even want it to go back up there. Just to push like another. If you could just push 5% back to the upside, I would definitely buy some of that.
Imagine if this thing distributes down to like 250p.
Oh, anything could happen, couldn't it?
The minute Stonksy goes red background, you're full porting into that ETF, aren't you?
No, I'm happy with my Nvidia and the S&P 500 ones. But I will.
Palantir one.
No. Do you know what's annoying? I was staring at that as well at 185. When Palantir was 185, I was looking at the short ETF, but I just ended up buying more Nvidia instead. But that is one that I look to pick up if things can get a bounce. Anyway, we're going to open in 17 seconds. So let me go and close this. So the majority of the poll has actually gone down today. So for those of you that voted down, you got the majority. And yeah, we are coming in hot in 3, 2, 1.
CoreWeave, I am in you.
You're filled.
Kind of wish I'd stink, but did it? Does
it feel good to be filled by CoreWeave?
I've been stopped out. I had a very, very tight stop loss on it.
Let's see what's it done. Has it started tumbling? Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's dropped a little bit more on it. Has everything just come out? Everything's come out the gates and red. Nvidia 180. This thing is trying to just hold on for dear life in it. Nvidia, if you look at the daily chart, this thing is literally just trying to hold on for dear life. I mean, logically, you wouldn't rule out, coming down to 166. That would be fine in terms of this range. I mean, it was only in the start of September that it was trading at 166. So, you definitely wouldn't rule that out. One I was looking at shorting, and I think I'm just going to go against it because you could just choose the MAG ETF to short, couldn't you? But Google is obviously one of the ones that's still pretty high and still close to its all-time high.
Yeah.
The other obviously is Microsoft. I mean, that looks kind of a bit like a blow off top, that move, doesn't it? Obviously, Meta has already pushed down a good 10% plus. I've got this cough that's going around now. I was ill last Friday. Oh my God, that was horrendous, that illness I had last Friday. That was really bad. But yeah, we are open. What's everyone doing on the weekend, Wiz? What are you up to on the weekend?
I'm off to a mate's tomorrow, so we're off to the football, which should be fun. Right. Yeah. Who
are you going to watch?
I'll dox the location, but it's Telford.
Oh right, okay. Bloody hell, that's far down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Telford? Isn't that like towards Bristol way or something? Or am I thinking of the wrong place?
It's Midlands.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Telford is 2 hours from me. So, yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, Midlands way. Yeah, just in between Birmingham and Shrewsbury. Very nice. Very nice. So you're going down there to watch football?
We're going down and the football was on, so I think we're off to the football, which should be fun.
Oh yeah, nice. Is Chad going with you?
No, it's uni mates.
Oh, it's a different set of mates. Yeah.
Brutal opening, isn't it?
It's not too bad for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like barely nudged. Yeah, I mean, look at MicroStrategy. So MicroStrategy's actually been bought up a bit, to be fair. Coinbase down 2.5%. Circle down 2.5. Let's go and have a look at some other ones. What's I tell you what, this was what do you know what the cause for this pump was the other day? The BitDeer pump. That did crazy numbers. Do you know as well? Me and SMFC was buying this like all the way down here and stuff, like $6-7, and I again, this was another one that I custard handed. But again, you know, it come down here.
It's a running theme for you, isn't it?
Yeah, the amount of things I custard hand just out of pure like impatience. But I mean, this has done fantastic. Well, this is one of, if not the most efficient miner. But I mean, this had a 33% pump on open the other day, so it did fantastically well. And obviously come back and matched its late last year into early this year highs.
Yeah.
And then, really nice push up.
I'll tell you what trades. I was a little bit late to it, so I chased the trade a little bit, but I don't think you did it. You even did a video on it, but Starbucks, have you seen that?
No.
That's had a lovely little push up. The
old, oh yeah, there you go, the old pumpkin spice latte season kicking off.
Yeah, it's earnings, isn't it? Next week after next.
No, the 29th. Yeah, 29th. Oh, so a week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's getting a push up. The old pumpkin spice latte season comes in strong again. We need to meet up again as well soon.
Yes.
That was bloody fantastic.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, we'll do it whenever, towards the end of October or the start of November, anytime in and around there is good with me.
What's the ticker for Bitfarms? Is it BT? Yeah, Bitfarms, BT, whatever. That's getting
BTFD. No,
yeah, that's
BT...
getting today.
Let's see. Oh, BITF minus 5%.
It's pushed up actually, to be fair.
Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Where are we?
Yeah.
Bitcoin's doing fairly well. Not too bad at all. Pushed up a wee bit.
What price gets you excited about MSTR, Dave?
Oh, let's see. Probably that region in there, innit? I mean, that has to hold, otherwise it's going back into here. That kind of 240 level, down towards 240. I would go and buy MSTR then, 100%. Yeah, that region, or because if it doesn't hold there, then obviously we just have this big trading range that it was in, don't we? Between $110 up to $180. That was just one big trading range for the best part of 8 months or whatever. But ultimately, you zoom out on it like this. If you just zoom out on the MSTR chart, this is ultimately just probably one big trading range as well. Obviously, it's a super, super high time frame one. But, we obviously have strong resistance up here now. And here's, your biggest daily demand down here. So it probably depends on what you think will happen to the market. But if you do end up getting the drift down towards here, your play is max returns will be holding it back up towards 450. And this would probably obviously line up with maybe Bitcoin going back to 190, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Is there an ETF of MSTR? There's not, is there? I know they got 5.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you can buy, I think it's 3x both long and short.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if we get down here, that is getting absolutely pummeled. I will 100% be buying that if we get down towards 240, and I stick to my word this time.
Actually, I think there's a 5x one as well.
I think that got filed, didn't it? Someone filed for that because loads of ones got. Did you see the amount that got filed?
There's a UK listed one. Yeah, I saw that.
Loads of
US.
them got filed. Like, there's a UK one, is there?
Yeah,
What's the tickets for these?
just type in MicroStrategy.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there's the 3x short one. I can't find the 5x short one. There's the 3x short one. Let's see. So this hasn't been out that long, has it? Let's see the long one. 3x long.
Seeing people, Dave, on the timeline saying RIP gold because it's dipped below where it was yesterday afternoon.
Well, I think, and this is something that is playing on my mind. Over the past 5 years, obviously a huge amount of people will have become, investors, stock buyers, all that stuff. Now, apart from obviously like 6-7 months in 2022, in the past 5 years, these people have had to basically go through like zero pain. So I think, as soon as the macro trend starts to turn, you are going to see a whole lot of crying. Obviously, we saw what happened with the tariff. At the bottom, towards the bottom of the tariff dump, people were calling for the Fed to jump in.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So you're going to see a whole lot of crying and a whole lot of upset because people have literally just had it good only, haven't they? It's literally just been good only. Anyone in stocks has just been good only. Like, it's just been...
You sound envious.
Oh, massively envious. Yeah, fair play to them as well. Fair play to them because, you could have bought anything and done quite well on stocks, couldn't you? It's been absolutely great for them. So yeah, fair play to them. But obviously, these people will be under that age-old impression of you don't try and time the market; it's time in the market and stuff like that. And then obviously they'll get a rude awakening eventually.
Yeah, I'll tell you what is interesting, Dave, on the treasury companies.
Yeah,
Bitminer's coming into an interesting zone.
Yeah, he come out and said a weird thing, didn't he, yesterday?
Well, him and Sailor have started touching each other up again, haven't they? By saying, "Oh, he's the leading voice for Ethereum."
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That was obviously just riding this trend line, which now fell below. But he come out and said a weird thing that the treasury company bubble may have burst. I don't know if he's just trying to obviously just reverse psychology everyone or whatever, but like, the fact is, apart from strategy, no one seems to have a good entry on anything, do they?
No.
Like, all these Bitcoin treasury companies have shit entries above 100k. The Ethereum ones, shit entries. Like, what is Bitmine's average entry on Ethereum? Let's see.
They all just top blast.
Literally. And do you know what I seen someone make a really good point? Is that these treasury companies went and bought around 10% of Ethereum's supply, and they barely tipped it over all-time high. And that was with them just, Bitmine just pouring in billions and billions and billions, just absolutely top blasting it, above 4K. And they still could only just tip it above all-time high, like hardly. Yeah. So they've poured in 12.6 billion, and average entry is 4,163. Oh no, sorry. Across all purchases, 4,154. Shit entry. Absolutely, it's shit in it when you think about it. Like, the entry is shit. You literally just top blasted within like less than 20% of the all-time high. And now, obviously, look what happens. And again, this is me sitting here. These people have so much more money than I'll ever get my hands on. But I can still sit here and say that is a shit strategy. Regardless of obviously the fact that these people will have, endless amounts of money and so much more money than obviously I'll ever get my hands on. I can still sit here and critique the fact that your strategy of just top blasting it up here is shite.
Yeah.
So yeah. Bit dear pumped because it's the bomb. Yeah, you love it, USMFC, don't you? You love it. Rhubarb Dave and his custard hands, mate. That's it. Honestly, that is it. 4160, then new all-time high, says Justin on gold. And a Firewatch, how are we doing? Afternoon to you. If anyone has just jumped in, make sure, of course, you drop a like on the stream and make sure you go check out Wiz. Obviously, you can find him on YouTube and on X just by typing in Wizard of Alt. So obviously, go give him a follow.
Thanks for the plug, Dave.
And you are becoming obviously a resident streamer now, aren't you? You are going live. What?
It is that way. It is that way.
Yeah. So obviously, go and give him
famous.
Yeah, go and give him some support. You know what to do. Literally, all you have to do is type in his name. Don't be lazy. And go and obviously sub to him and follow him. But yeah, so yeah, that's my kind of anger towards the treasury companies out the way.
You love it. You love it. I've got to drop off now.
Yeah, the thing is, they're just putting themselves and the assets under pressure, aren't they? That's literally it. Because the further it falls, the more question marks around who's going to maybe capitulate. But yeah. Yeah, no worries, mate. Well, have a great weekend. Have a great Friday night. And enjoy the football. Yeah,
should be good.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Take care, my friend.
You having some beers? You having a few little drinky poos?
I might have a little naughty one this afternoon, Dave. I don't know.
Oh, well, you've earned it. Mate, you are a tradfi guy now, aren't you? I bet you close up about 3-4 o'clock and you're like, right, pub.
We made our money in the London session. We don't need to chase the US.
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. That's it. You go and enjoy it.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was Wiz. Yeah. Thank you very much to Wiz for jumping on. Of course, myself, I'll be live for an extra 10 minutes or so don't go anywhere. Do stick around. Although we aren't really getting much movement. I will say. The S&P obviously had a great push up. Found some point of exhaustion there on the recovery. A few decent upside wicks go there. But yeah, we may just hang around. Of course, it's Friday, so there probably isn't a massive rush for the market to kind of do something. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, I suppose we could go and have a look at some liquidation levels if you want. Ultimately, I think the path is clear, though. You know, the path is very clear, up and down. Obviously, on the weekly, we're hitting it large at 116k. On the monthly, look at that. The monthly hotspot now is actually towards that 90k level, towards that CME gap at 92. That is interesting to see. Yeah, obviously we are just on the heat map now, but we did look at obviously the path potentially downwards alongside upwards. Is there anything else happening in the news? Let's check CSE. Gold market cap hits record 30 trillion. As analysts say, Bitcoin could be next. Huge moment, isn't it? Huge moment. Gold is now 14.5 times larger than Bitcoin's market cap. 1.5 times larger than the magnificent tech giants combined. And it's surged 64% since January. Crazy stuff. A record year for gold and a potential setup for Bitcoin. For dollar debasement, geopolitical instability, trade, tariff uncertainty. Crazy, isn't it? And yeah, all this, obviously, Bitcoin still is up year to date. I think actually the yearly open is around that kind of 92, 93k level, isn't it? But that remains up. Uniswap integrates Solana network. Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Surprised that it's took them so long, really. Surprised that it's took them so long, but I mean, that seems like a no-brainer to me. Anything else? We've got anything going on Cointelegraph? Let's see. It's a bit of a quiet time, innit? Doesn't seem to be much news. Ripple seeks to buy $1 billion of XRP tokens for new treasury. ETF Toba. Ethereum attracted more than 16k new devs over 9 months. Bitcoin has pushed to bring Bitcoin payments to Signal as privacy meets crypto. And investors are getting better at spotting bad Bitcoin treasuries, says David Bentley. No idea who that is, in all honesty, but there we go. He said it. Fear and greed down in the 20s now. Sometimes a sign of a turnaround. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, that can stay around there for a while, can't it? That could stay around there for a while without really budging that much further down. Hello, Nick. I think there may be an announcement about rockets being sent from USA to Ukraine. I think Trump talks with Zelensky today. Okay. Thought Trump was supposed to be meeting Putin. Yeah, he is. He is. Oh, I don't know if he's meeting him, but I believe he's like speaking to him today, isn't he? So you would imagine, obviously, after the Middle East peace deal, Russia, Ukraine will obviously be on his hit list next. Probably is one of the main priorities. So yeah, we'll certainly see about that. But you'd imagine, obviously, yeah, that will be next for the next couple months, maybe for him to target and focus on. But yeah, apart from that, there's not really that much going on, is there? There's not really that much going on. Mixture between the Mag 7. Obviously, we've got 2 up, being Tesla and Apple. The rest of them slightly down, not majorly down. The biggest one being down is Google, but almost 1%. But apart from that, it's actually quite a fairly quiet day, isn't it? I've obviously had the Bitcoin fall off, but apart from that, it's a fairly quiet day. Doubt they would send missiles when they are about to meet. I don't think. I mean, why would the US be sending missiles to Ukraine anyway? If Trump wants peace, I don't understand that. Unless they bought them off them, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But you probably maybe see a bit more of a focus now. Obviously, the peace in the Middle East probably going to be a lot more focus because it's very quiet, isn't it, around that now? Like, you barely hear any news or anything around it because it's been going on that long. It's nearly 3 years, isn't it? That's been going on, that Ukraine war. So that's where we're up to with that. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. It's been a great stream. Of course, drop a like if you haven't. Subscribe, that's the key thing. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching, and this is your first time viewing, or you come and view and you haven't subscribed yet, drop a subscribe. Of course, you can hit the notification bell as well. And like I mentioned before, if you are looking to get Stonksy, the monthly plan, we still have 20% off the first month with code BOT20. So you can still get 20% off your first month. But if you are wanting to pick up the lifetime or the annual, we don't have any offers on the website or anything for them at the moment. But like I mentioned, if you come and watch this video that I posted today on the channel, and making profits by swapping your coffee, there is something in there for you that you'll only be able to get by watching that one video. So it won't be advertised or anything anywhere. It'll just be by watching that one video. It will actually get you a nice discount off the lifetime and the annual. So You'll only get that by watching the video. But of course, if you are interested, come and watch the video anyway. But you know, if you're specifically interested in getting Stonksy, this will give you a nice, really nice discount on a lifetime or annual. So do come check that out. And yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, whatever you're doing. And I watched that video. Thank you very much. Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. And yeah, I'll see you all. Well, for those of you in the Discord, I'll see you in the Discord server for Sunday night's lounge meeting. And obviously for you YouTube viewers, I'll see you on Monday. Take care. Be careful in the market. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.